Governor Kemp signs a shelter-in-place order designed to stop the spread of COVID-19 here in Georgia. I'll break it all down for you coming up.
As Governor Kemp's shelter-in-place order comes into effect, Atlanta police begin educating the community.
A job crisis in Georgia. New numbers showing the problem is only getting worse.
Why a megachurch planned to charge people more than $100 for coronavirus testing.
A harsh realization for graduating seniors.
We feel for them. We know it's important.
School leaders working to make ceremonies happen. We begin with breaking news tonight at 9 o'clock. Georgians preparing to go on lockdown.
That is right. Governor Brian Kemp announcing tonight a statewide shelter-in-place order will take effect tomorrow at 6 p.m.
I'm asking Georgians to hunker down, follow the directives we've issued, and help us flatten the curve.
CBS 46's Trayson Bragg live tonight breaking down all the details of the order. Trayson, good evening.
Good evening. That order was released from the Capitol earlier this evening and has restrictions for businesses in the state as well as who you can allow inside your home. Thursday evening, Governor Brian Kemp signed a shelter-in-place order with directions for all Georgians to follow.
This order is a common sense, measured step forward to stop the spread of COVID-19.
The order is set to go into effect 6 p.m. Friday and expires April 13th. The order states that businesses, organizations, and governments can have no more than 10 people inside. In addition, those 10 people must sit or stand at least 6 feet away from each other. Restaurants in the state must close dining areas and operate solely on a to-go basis, while other businesses, including but not limited to gyms, fitness centers, bowling alleys, theaters, live performance venues, businesses licensed to perform massage therapy, and bars are closed to the public.
Because it is difficult to use social distancing in these establishments.
Family members are not required to keep 6 feet from each other. However, they are restricted to essential travel only. That includes grocery shopping, heading to essential jobs, and exercising. Get this. Visitors allowed in your home are limited to visitors providing medical, behavioral health, or emergency services, visitors providing support for the person to conduct activities of daily living, visitors providing necessary supplies and services such as food and supplies needed to work from home, and visitors received during end-of-life circumstances. States that the state's health department, as well as other departments in the state, are authorized to close any nonprofits, businesses, or organizations not in compliance with the order. And again, I want to remind you that the order is set to expire on April 13th. Reporting live from the Capitol, I'm Trayson Bragg, CBS 46 News.
Talks that may be extended. Trayson, thank you tonight. Meantime, tonight, Atlanta police also taking action against anyone in violation of the city's shelter-in-place order. Officers are dispersing crowds along the Beltline and asking people about their destinations during traffic stops. CBS 46's Jamie Kenny live for us tonight along the Beltline. And Jamie, quiet behind you now. Did you see crowds out and about earlier today?
Yeah, it definitely did, Alicia. Crowds of 3 or more walking along the Beltline, even crowds of 3 or more riding along the Beltline, people playing soccer in large groups, something officials strongly don't want you to do. Atlanta police are starting to look closer at people using the Beltline.
Yes, certainly no large gatherings, and I think police should be used to limit large gatherings.
In a statement, they say officers are patrolling the Beltline and are enforcing the social distancing rule. They are trying to keep people moving on the Beltline and discourage congregating groups. People on social media posting that police aren't just dispersing crowds at parks. One person saying police had pulled over their colleagues' spouses, asking them about their travels and why they were out.
Ooh, that's an individual liberty question.
I asked APD about police questioning drivers on their destination. They told me we are not making traffic stops for the sole purpose of determining a motorist's destination. It is possible officers are speaking to motorists about the mayor's stay-at-home orders in an effort to educate them if they are pulled over for a suspected violation. People say they're finding it hard to know what is right.
Since today is the last day that we can really ask questions without a penalty, I tried to ask a policeman, can I walk by her and she's my girlfriend, so we are not legally married? And he couldn't really provide an answer to me.
Now, I spoke to many other groups who were just sitting down here next to the park, next to the Beltline, and none of them were too keen to talk to me about social distancing or the policing on it. Alicia.
Yeah, Jamie, I mean, the information hitting us so quickly and it is changing. That last student group, though, they brought up an interesting question. So who actually is allowed out in pairs? Did you get clarification on that?
I did, Alicia. I spoke to APD and they have said that it all depends on the household. So if the person you are out with is in the same household as you, then you are fine to go out with them. It's about trying to limit not different households, different people coming together, because obviously that just leads to the spread of infection to infection. So it all comes down to whether or not you are living with the other person you are out and about with. Alicia.
All right, important clarification. Jamie, thank you. We'll see you tonight at 11. Right now at 9, a giant increase of coronavirus cases in Georgia tonight. It's alarming. The Department of Health says there are now more than 5,444 cases across the state. That is an increase of nearly 700 cases in just the last day. 176 people in our state have died from the virus. That is 22 more than 24 hours ago. Meantime, 24 hours after the governor's shelter-in-place announcement, some Metro Atlanta stores are running very low on supplies. Pictures from this Target in Canton showed cheese, pasta, and paper aisles all stripped bare. The governor has asked people not to panic.
We have more breaking news tonight. President Trump says his administration will soon release nationwide recommendations on wearing face masks. He says this will not be mandatory.
Well, I think they're going to be coming out with regulations on that, and if people want to abide by them, frankly, I don't think they'll be mandatory because some people don't want to do that.
The president says thick scarves would be preferred because that would avoid taking medical grade masks from hospitals, and they are thick. The president did not offer timing on these new recommendations.